What's going on, Justin? It is your boy True Pen Gaming, and I'm here today with my teammate Alex Michaels, aka Master Boss, aka Double B. He got top 16 at the Otakon Regionals playing Shinegreymon of all things. He was huffing the copium, and it took him all the way. So go ahead, Alex, take it away. Show us your deck.
Um, we could start with the eggs, I guess.
Yeah.
For the eggs, I'm playing 2 Koromon and then 3 Upamon.
So why 2-3?
The eggs don't matter. Like they really don't do anything, and these are like the best yellow eggs in the game.
So you just wanted to just play
Maybe
those ratios, just cause.
maybe except for Cupimon. That's like the other yellow egg.
Okay.
But besides that, these are the only real eggs that are considerable.
Okay.
For rookies, I'm playing one of the search Patamon to check top 4 and add all Tamers, all yellow Tamers among.
That's the BT1 Patamon, right?
Yeah, it's the BT1 Patamon.
Okay.
Then I'm playing 2 Starmons for the DP reduction.
Okay.
Then 3 Pulsemon for the draw.
And then
And
4
then
Patamon.
like the best rookie Patamon.
Okay. So was there any like your ratios are like 1, 2, 3, 4? Was there any like consideration for those, or was that just like what you found the best?
When I was building the deck and making like the choices, I had to cut down on a lot. Because normally a normal rookie ratio would be like 12 to 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
But I cut it down to 10.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And it was like, okay, but if you don't see him, you always have TK to grab him.
That's true. That's true. All right. Do you want to move on to your level fours?
Yep. For fours, I play 2 Danohumon for the inheritable -1k. And it's also a yellow red, so I can trigger my Sunrise Buster off it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Then 2 Pidomon for the blocker, and then 2 Unimon also for the blocker.
So was there a reason you did the 2-2 instead of just four of one of them?
Yeah, because I had the alt art and I wanted
Okay.
to flex.
Understandable.
I had the
Understandable.
I had the alt and I wanted to flex, and Pidomon because it's 1-day Evo. Normally I would do 3 or 4 uni, but I think Pedo was the wave for the cheap Evo.
Okay. So if you didn't want to play the alt arts, you'd play four PETA.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, understandable.
And then I have 4 Cosmemon for the hybrid.
For the hybrid. Okay. So what is that? That's 10, 10 level fours as well.
Yeah, 10 fours.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And was your event post ban list or pre ban list?
It was post banless, so
Okay. So you
Jet Elf and Tommy to 1.
okay, interesting. Awesome.
Then for fives, I'm playing 1 Jet Elf, the Saki one of.
Okay.
Uh,
If you
I
could
had
play
this
four,
card,
would
but
you?
no.
Really?
I was kind of happy this 1-to-1, so I could have
For
an
deck
excuse to play
space?
more Raspberry.
Okay. Fair enough.
Um, I had this card more than I thought I would.
You see
I
it more
saw
now that's I one, right?
kind of, yeah. I see this card kind of too often. This is in my hand when I don't need it.
Interesting.
Then I play 2 Red Rise for the Digiburst. You could chill in the raising area, get the effect off.
Okay.
And you get the on play, which is good.
Of the Tamer, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I play 3 Yellow Rise.
Okay.
This one's good for the aggression.
Yeah, and it lets you play a Tamer for free as well, right? Just no on
Yeah,
plays of that Tamer.
yeah, no on plays, but the only on play Tamer is TK.
TK. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then lastly, the Rise X.
So explain this card. I'm sure a lot of people have no idea what this card does and just put it in their bulk when they pulled it.
So this card is really good with your Rise, either yellow or red. You kind of want it on your yellow more, But when you Digivolve, you can Digivolve 1 from a Rise or 4 on top of a 4. And then when you Digivolve, play a Tamer for free. You get the on play.
Okay.
And then if it goes over a Rise Greymon, do minus 2k for each Tamer you have.
Interesting. So it's like a baby shine.
Yeah, and it also gains plus 1k for each Tamer you have. So
Okay,
there are
so,
times where I went Rise, play a Tamer, Rise X, play another Tamer,
and then
swing.
shine.
Shine, and then you could swing if you have like 3 Tamers. It's 11k sec plus 1, and
So
then you can
this so
whiteboard.
this essentially turns shine into minus 5k for each tamer because shine's minus 3k, right?
It's minus 4, so
Okay,
it's
so this
minus
turns
6.
minus 6 for every tamer. Wow. Wow, that's kind of good. That's
Right?
really good.
And then you could also do more minus DP if you go over the red rise, because the
Because that
red
one does
rise
the
when
inheritable
attacking,
minus DP, right? Yeah.
yeah, minus 2k.
Interesting.
So it's a lot of removal. And this card is like good for aggression.
Yeah, because it can swing for 11k with 2 checks. That's pretty nice on a level 5.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Let's see those level 6s.
Level 6s are 3 Sakuyamon.
Okay, for the OTK matchups.
Yeah, kind of need this card. And
Right
then
now,
4 Shine.
awesome. I don't think anybody needs to explain what Shinegreymon does, but in case the people are newer to the game, do you want to give a rundown of what Shinegreymon does?
Yeah, Shinegreymon is when Digivolving, suspend all your yellow Tamers, and then for each Tamer suspended by the effect, a Digimon gets minus 4k DP.
So, for those of you who are newer to the game, set 1.5 was essentially dominated by Shinegreymon, and it was very oppressive because back then you couldn't play that many Digimon and get Digimon out that consistently. And it was a very powerful deck, and the new support honestly just makes this card very good again because it lets you hit really high thresholds with that X antibody. Awesome. Well, I see a Death Xmon there, so do you want to show us the level 7s?
Yep. For level 7s, I play 2 Death Xmon. The day before the regional, I was playing in the 3v3 event, and I was playing against Luca's team, the team that got first, the person that got first at Otakon,
Okay.
and they were like worrying if I had Death X in my hand because they were playing 3M
Oh,
and
yeah.
they built like a board of all blockers and 4s and 3s, and they're like, what if he has Death X to like wipe the board? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, I don't play this card in my deck yet. So
Oh, so you
after the
picked it up?
so after the 3v3, I went and like, all right, let me get some Death X.
And then would you say it helped you out a lot in your matchups during the regional event?
It did. In the last round of the first of day 1, I was X2, so this was gonna decide if I made top 16.
Okay.
And the funny thing, I was playing another 3M deck,
And you
and
just streamed Death
they did
Xmon?
they did the exact same thing. They built like a
That's
board of all blockers, and I was like, Death X for free, and then swing for him.
yikes. So chat
And
wants to know what Sakuyamon does. So I forgot some people don't know what Sakuyamon does. Do you wanna let people know?
oh yeah. For Sakuyamon, whenever a Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area on your opponent's turn, it gains security attack -3.
Yeah, so it essentially stops the OTKs because they have -3 security checks. So
Oh, and a lot of people don't know about the second effect. On your turn, all your opponent's security Digimon get -3k.
oh, I didn't even know that. So it lowers their security just wow. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
that makes like you able to swing with rookies. There are times where I've had like Pulsemons or Starmons on the board. I swung with them into security, and it's like a rookie in security as well, and it has -3k DP, so it's like 0,
0.
and my rookie
Yeah.
lives.
Wow, that's pretty good. So overall, you'd say Death Xmon was a definite a big improvement to the deck.
Yeah, Death X was good, but
Awesome.
besides the last match, didn't really come up.
So if there was a sideboard, Death X would be something you'd side into Three Musket probably.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Death X would be a sideboard card. Other sideboard cards would probably be like a hybrid package because my original build of this deck was more hybrid heavy,
Hmm.
but that wasn't really working into like the majority of the meta. It was really only working against security control.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So if I did have to play the security control matchup, I would definitely sideboard hybrids in and Death X.
Hybrids. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the rest of your deck.
For Tamers, I play 2 Kari from BT1
Okay.
or BT2.
And what does Kari do?
Start of turn, if you have 3 or less security, gain 1 memory.
Nice, nice.
This card is like still good. People have been like cutting it for other cards, but I think Kari is still good.
Yeah.
It's like cheap to play, plus it'll like
It'll help you in the grand game for sure.
yeah,
This was the
it'll like
reason that Shiny was so annoying back in the days, because like you couldn't OTK that easily, so you had to like figure out how to play around Kari. And I can
yeah.
imagine it's still annoying today.
And with Kari, most of your dual tamers will gain you 2 memory. So for example, if you were at 3 memory with TK, your dual tamers will take you to like 5, 7, maybe 9. With Kari, that'll bring you all
It'll
the way to
top you
10.
off, yeah.
It'll like fill your glass up.
All right, so what other tamers do you play?
I play the new Tizzy,
What does that
TK
card
Izzy.
do?
Start of your main phase, if you have a level 5 or higher, gain a memory. If your opponent has a level 5 or higher, gain another memory.
Interesting. Okay.
This kind of makes your opponent not want to like play the game.
Yeah, true. Does it have a
And
second
then
effect?
it does. When one of your Digimon digivolves into a yellow or a green Digimon, suspend it to do -1k.
Oh, that's kind of nice. It'll
It
come up
works
in niche
sometimes.
situations. Yeah.
I did it like once because
Yeah.
like there are times where my opponent had like a. I played against Mastemon round 4. There are times where my opponent had like a Lady Devi on board, and I needed to get up to 8k because I like didn't have a shine in hand.
Yeah.
So TK Izzy helped me get to there.
Okay, nice, nice. And what other tamers do you run?
I played 2 of the new Taikari.
Okay.
This tamer is basically a Kari for your opponent and yourself. Because if your opponent has 3 or less, you gain 1, and then if you have 3 or less, gain 1.
That's pretty nice.
And then it's also red yellow to trigger Sunrise Buster. And then the second effect is also like really strong.
What's
It
the
came up
second
a lot.
effect?
It's so when one of your red or yellow Digimon attacks, suspend the tamer to do -2k to your opponent's security Digimon for the turn.
Oh, interesting.
So if you have like 2 of these in Sakuya, that's -3, 5, 7k to your
7.
security Digimon.
Yeah. That's a
So like
lot. If
literally
everything
nothing's
is,
gonna die.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's insane.
All your stuff's gonna live.
And to round off your tamers, what else are you playing?
Play 2 TK Kari.
Classic.
Really good. Gain
Yeah.
2 memory if you have less. And then when attacking, -1k.
Yep.
And then for the last tamer, 3 TK.
Okay. Everybody knows what TK does. That's such a strong card. So you're playing how many tamers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tamers.
10 tamers. Okay. Nice, nice. And then I see those last cards in your deck are 3 Sunrise Buster.
Yep, 3 Sunrise
Do you
Buster.
want to explain what Sunrise Buster does for the people who are unaware?
Yeah, Sunrise Buster is main. You can play a yellow or red tamer from your hand for free without paying the memory cost. You get the on play with it. And then one of your opponent's Digimon gets -3k for each tamer you have.
Okay. And does that activate a security as well?
This card was like kind of clumped in my deck.
Oh,
So
really?
when I would draw them, I'd be like draw. Then the card right after was another copy of it.
Uh,
Very rarely I saw this in security, but when I did, it was like clutch.
yeah. Um, awesome. So do you want to tell me a little about your matchups? How were a lot of the decks people are worried about this format are Grandis, Alphamon, Wargrave, stuff like that. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what your worst matchups are and what your best ones are and why?
Yeah. Um, I dodged Grandis throughout the tournament. I didn't have to play that.
Okay.
Um, I did play a lot of Alphamon. I played against 3 Alphamons day 1. The first and Alphamon was my round 1. I won that round, but normally I'm supposed to lose the Alphamon matchup because of Doru Greymon effect.
Okay, so did he just not have the Doru Gray most of the time, or?
Yeah, he did, but when he had it, I already brought him down to 1 security with the Rise Greymon X being able to swing
Oh,
early.
okay, okay.
And then by the time that happened, he didn't have enough to OTK me. And if he tried, he was gonna make my Tamers put me to like 10, and then I could go like double hybrid for game.
Yeah. So you'd say Alphamon's the hardest matchup, and then you said you were lucky you dodged Grandis. Is Grandis a hard matchup as well?
Yeah. Grandis is a hard matchup
Just because it's low
because
raising, right?
that, and also the fact that if I have Sakuya on board, they can still bring it up,
And then
go on a
suspend.
Grandis,
Yeah,
suspend it, and then attack over it. So then I have to like build up again. And
yeah,
it's good if they don't, if they brick, but if they don't brick, it's like fast and scary.
yeah. True, true. And then what about your good matchups? What are some of your good matchups this format?
Good matchups, Armor Rush. Armor Rush is a crazy matchup, like really good for me.
How many armor rushes did you play?
0.
Really? So
Yeah,
what
not
were most of your matchups then? Because you said you played against 3 Alphamons, you won one of them, and I'm assuming your other 2 losses were to Alphamon.
actually the other loss was Imperial. I
Interesting.
So round 1 was Alphamon, round 2 was Beelzemon actually. I have a lot of practice against that deck, so it wasn't really hard.
Beelzemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Round 3 was Gaiomon.
Okay.
Gaiomon I beat. Um, then round 4 was Mastermon I beat. Then round 5 is when I took my first L. I lost against Imperial.
Okay.
It was a close game. He had 1 card left in his deck, but I
Oh,
couldn't wipe his.
really? That's
Yeah,
so
I couldn't wipe his
unfortunate.
board. I was trying to draw into a level 5,
Oh, okay.
but I couldn't get it.
And
Um,
then, so that was round 5.
round 6 was the Alphamon player I lost to.
Oh, okay.
Then round 7, I played against the other Alpha. That one was close. We went to game 3, but I clutched it out, took
Nice,
that dub.
nice.
And then round 8 was
The
the 3M
musket.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went to top cut as well, right?
Yeah, I went to top cut, but then unluckily I played the Alphamon player. I lost
Again.
round
Oh,
1.
that's
Yeah, I
so
played in round 1.
unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Well, thank you so much for your time, Alex. You guys heard it here first. Shinegreymon is still pretty fucking good. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Check out all the links down in the description down below to find out how you can support me over on Twitch or on Patreon. And that being said, I will see you all next time. Peace.